good morning. Welcome to another class on the mat. It's going to be a class Pilates mat session. So you need a mat, probably, of course. And of course you need a ball or something else to squeeze in. And it can be like ball size. So a pillow can be fine, or roll up a blanket and you're fine as well. You place your feet hip distance apart. You lift your shoulders towards the ears, and then you slowly start rolling your shoulders away from the ears. You don't have to make it a fast movement. I'd rather see you doing the movement slower. So slow it down a bit. Slow it down so your shoulders have more space, and you can actually tune in with yourself how your shoulders are doing. Are they stiff? Are they making funny sounds? Sometimes they do. So then you make the circle smaller. Once more, backwards. And now move your shoulders up and forwards. So move your shoulders up towards the ears and then bring them forward. Like putting on a narrow jacket. Too small, too tight. But you still want to wear the jacket. One more time. Go forward with the arms. And now move your shoulders back and lower your shoulders on your back. And then move your arms sideways and up. You inhale when you lift your arms. Try to keep your shoulders low. And then exhale, push your arms sideways down. You can bring your gaze up towards the hands. Lengthen on the inhale. And exhale, slowly push your arms down. Now try to feel your feet at the same time. Even though you're looking at your hands, can you still feel your feet? How are your toes doing? Are they flat on the floor? Inhale, lift your arms. Now squeeze the palms of your hands together and lower the hands in front of the heart. Now bend your knees a little bit, keep them nice and parallel, keep your hips above your feet, above your heels, and then gently start turning. And you can turn to your left, and you exhale, and you look over the left shoulder. If you turn to the right, you look over your right shoulder, of course. Inhale back to center, and then move the opposite direction. Look over the shoulder. Push your knees forward, so you maintain your hips parallel with the wall in front of you. Inhale back to the center. And then exhale once more to the left or to the right. While you're exhaling, you have a knowledge of about your abdominal muscles. Use your abdominal muscles. Inhale back to center. And the final one, turn. And then inhale back to center. Lift your arms again, sideways and up. Now lengthen your right arm as much as you can. Place your right foot even firmer on the floor. So you push your right foot so you can feel like you can lift your left foot off the floor. You don't need to do it, but it's firmer on the right foot. Now lengthen everything on the right side and then push your left hand in front of your belly towards the right. Move your right arm over your head to the left. And then change. Do the same thing on the opposite side. So more weight on the left foot. Stretch your left arm over and push your right arm in front of your belly to the left. So feel the stretch, feel the length, aim for length. How's your breath doing? Can you exhale slowly? Can you inhale and try to lengthen yourself even a little bit more? And then change again. So you lift your right side and you push your left hand in front of your belly to the right. By pushing your hand in front of the belly to the right, you engage more muscle contraction in your belly. And then change. So it's nice for your obliques. And these are the diagonal muscles in your belly. Push, push, push. A little bit more weight on the left foot. This is the final one. And then you lift both of your arms. And then you open your arms sideways and you push like two hands away. Like imagine that there are two walls beside you and you can touch the walls with your hands. Now lower your shoulders. Push your head kind of back. So keep your chin parallel with the floor. And then draw some circles with your hands. Try to make the movement nice and small and isolate the movement just around the arms. So don't move your hips, don't move your shoulders, just move your arms. Keep your upper body nice and still for 4, 3, 2, and 1. And opposite direction. Turn around, la 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 la. I won't sing, okay. I promise I won't sing. For 4, 3, 2, 1, and push them down and lift them up. Like push your arms through thick material, like soup, for instance, or yogurt. So you push your arms down with a little resistance. 4 more, 3 more, 2 more, and this is the final one. Now turn your thumbs kind of backwards and then push your arms as quick as you can up and down. So it's a strong pulsation of the arms, lifting your fingertips towards the ceiling so that you have the flat hands. 4, 3, 2, 1, and lift your arms. Lower your shoulders, move your arms backwards and a little bit forward. But most of the time, you move them backwards. Move them backwards. Like try to squeeze your shoulder blades together. Like hold a pencil in between your shoulder blades. Now squeeze the shoulder blades together, hold, and short pulsations with the arms. 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower the arms. Now lift your shoulders again. Sometimes it feels nice and warm and burning. So lift your shoulders and lower them down once more. Place your hands on your hips. Now bend your knees. Keep your upper body nice and up. And then draw some circles with your knees. It's like you make this kind of movement. You can draw these circles any direction. Yes, swing those hips around, opposite direction. Sometimes it's harder the opposite direction. It's a little bit stiffer. And then separate your feet, nice and wide. Separate your feet, nice and wide. And nice and wide is like you need to make a guess about how long your leg is, because there needs to be space between your feet for one of your legs. So take a wild guess. I think this is nice. And then you push your hips back. If you see, like this will happen when your stand is too short. Your knee is going to be over the ankle. This is not so good for your knee. So that's why you need a wider stand. Push your hips back. Move your hips back and down. And lean a little bit forward with your chest. So it's down and up. Down and up. Trying to keep a flat back. Long back. Push with your heels when you go up. And go down and exhale up. In, down, exhale up. 4 more. 3 more. 2 to go. And the final one. Stay low. Short pulsations. Up and down, up and down. The deeper you go, the heavier it will get. So if you want to feel your thighs burning, go lower and lower and lower. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and place your hands on your thighs. Inhale, lengthen your chest forward. Lean forward with the crown of your head. It's like you want to push something away with the crown of your head. And at the same time, you're lengthening your tailbone backwards. Now turn your right shoulder down and look over the left shoulder. Can you see over your left shoulder? So don't drop your head. Lengthen your neck. Your neck makes part of your spine. So all these bones, you want to keep them in one line, from your tailbone towards the crown of the head. Inhale back to center. And now turn your opposite shoulder down and move from your belly. Can you turn from your belly without turning from your hips? Move your shoulders, look over the right shoulder, push with your left hand firmly against the inside of your left leg, so your legs won't move. Well, and if you want to move your legs, you just lower your hips a little bit more. And so you feel your groin, so here in the inside of your upper thighs. Inhale back to center. And again, turn the right shoulder down, look over the left shoulder. Make this your yummiest pose, like really nice and juicy. It will juice up your spine, it will create more space. And that's why you feel so much better after these exercises, because you may create space. And when there is space, it's nicer to move. Inhale back to center. And once more with the left shoulder down and the right shoulder up. Exhale through your mouth. You can make a lot of noise at home. And inhale back to center. Move your shoulders up towards the ears. Roll them down on your back. Turn your toes forward and roll forward. While exhaling, roll down with your spine. Bend your knees. Please bend your knees, because you will create more space in your lower back. Your thighs get stronger and your back of your legs will get longer. So eventually you create a little bit more flexibility in the back of your legs, but also in the lower part of your lower back. So drop your arms, look between your legs, try to look up forward towards the ceiling, and then swing your arms from one foot to the other foot. So make it nice and slow. Do it easy, like slow motion movement. It's harder to move in slow motion than really fast, because it requires more control. And then turn to the short part of your mat. It doesn't matter which side you turn to, as long as you turn to the shorter part of your mat. Place your feet hip distance apart and bow down over your thighs. Bend your knees, place your hands flat on the floor and shake your head. Shake your head. Now try to shake the booty. So move your hips from side to side. But keep your hands on the floor, keep your head hanging, and move your hips from side to side. 4, 3, can you feel your muscles around your calves and your shins? 2, and 1. Now place your hands beside your feet, so not in front of your feet, but beside them, and step your left foot all the way back. So the left foot is all the way back. Now your toes of the left foot are on the floor, but not your heel. So lift your heel off the floor. All your toes are pointing straight forward, and you're going to lift your hips up and down. Inhale, lift your hips up. Now exhale, slowly lower the knee almost to the floor. Touch the floor if you want to. Inhale, lift, and exhale, lower down. Now lift your hips once more. Now try to strengthen and lengthen the right leg and lift your toes of the right foot so you feel your hamstring stretch and your calf muscles stretch. And also probably in the surface of your foot. Now you can place your hands on the floor, or you can place your fingertips on the floor. Lift your rib cage away from your thigh, and then slowly forward fold over the right leg and try to bring your nose towards your shin. Whoa, just hang in there. Try to release a little bit of the tension by just exhaling through your mouth, sigh it out, take another deeper inhale, and then place your right foot back on the floor. Place your left knee on the floor. Feel that you can untuck your toes, and now the top of the left foot is flat on the floor, and then bring both of your hands towards the right knee. Place your hands on your knee, pull your navel in because it will help you to find your balance easier, and then roll your shoulders away from the ears and try to bring your shoulders in between your knees. So you're not leaning forward, neither are you leaning back, because then your shoulder is above the left knee and it's not even close to your right knee. So you need to be somewhere in between. And that means that you need to work with the left leg as well. So you're not just hanging in there. It's not so good for your groin. So please push your knee down into the mat. If it's painful for your knee, add some padding underneath your knee, because if you make it softer for the knee, you are much more willing to cooperate with your own body. Now move your face forward, move your hands forward, and lift the arms up. And then you're going to cactus the arms around. So you push your palms sideways, but you keep your gaze forward, but I'm turning to you so you can see what I mean with my arms. And you spread your arms sideways, and then they go down. And then your arms go up, and you might see it in the mirror in front of me, and then cactus the arms again, sideways and down. Like try to pull your elbows towards each other behind your back. Once more, the final one. Inhale, lift. Now cactus these arms behind your back. Now interlace the fingers. Now squeeze the palms of your hands together and try to reach back with the hands towards the left foot, which is all the way on the back. Now can you lift your chin slightly higher? Take another deeper inhale, and exhale, release, and bring your hands on the inside of the right foot. Now carefully bring more weight to your left knee, and then you have more ease to swing the right leg away, but you feel it in your right buttocks anyway. Place your hands underneath your shoulders, release your elbows, knees hip distance apart, and round your spine. It's called cat stretch, so make your back as round as possible by pushing also the space in between your shoulder blades up towards the ceiling. And now try to push your heart in between your arms forward, so lengthen your belly, lengthen your waist. Exhale, rounding the spine. Tuck your tailbone under. And inhale, lift. And this is called cow pose. It's like feeling like you want to moo like a cow. And exhale, as an angry cat or a cat that is afraid, around your spine. Once more, inhale, lengthen. And then bring your back in neutral. So if your back is in neutral, it's not like really arched, it's not like really round, but it is somewhere in between. Then shake your head, yes and no, and try to keep your face parallel with the floor. Now step your left foot in between your hands and make sure that you have your left knee above the left ankle. So don't lean too far forward. Try to keep your right knee on the floor, tuck under the toes of the right foot, and we're going to lift the hips also here. So stretch the right leg, push your right heel away, and then lift your hips up, and then slowly lower down the right knee, almost to the floor. Inhale, lifting. And keep in mind that you want to keep your knee above the ankle when you go down, up, and down. And the final one, pull your navel in. It's like there is a string around your waist and it's pulling you up towards the ceiling. Now lift the toes of the left foot. You can place your hands a little closer, maybe make it easier. Lift your chin away from your leg, but also your chest. and then forward fold over the thigh. Try to keep your toes active up in the air and try to lower the right heel closer to the floor. Take another deeper inhale and exhale. Slowly place your left foot back on the floor and then lower down the right knee and untuck your toes. And the top of the right foot is also flat on the floor. You have your feet hip distance apart. Your toes are of the right foot pointing backwards. The toes of the left foot are pointing forward. Now try to lift your rib cage off your thighs and bring both hands on your left leg. Feel how you can push with your right knee. Add some padding underneath the knee if it's too hard to surface. You can push with your left foot, but you also need to push with your right knee. You want to be in between your knees. So don't go forwards and neither go backwards. Try to stay centered. And it's a struggle. Sometimes it's a struggle to find your balance. But if you pull your navel in and up, and if you squeeze your inner thighs a little bit closer together, you will find your balance with more ease. Also, it helps to keep your eyes open and to watch at a particular point. Makes it also easier. And then stretch your arms forwards and lift your arms up again. Now there they go again. Cactus the arms backwards. Open the palms of your hands, they face forwards, and then try to lower the elbows behind your back, slowly, 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 with awareness. Inhale, lift your arms forward. You can look up, and then cactus the arms sideways and down. You pull your arms sideways and down. You can squeeze your shoulder blades together. It will improve your posture. So lift, and this is the final one. So cactus the arms sideways, and then interlace the fingers again behind your back. Thumbs are pointing down, fingers together, palms together, squeeze your shoulder blades together. Now try to lift your rib cage, pushing your right knee down. Lift and lengthen the arms, push your arms back towards the right foot. You lift your heart, lift the sternum. And then you lean forward, exhaling, and then place your hand on the inside of the left foot. Yes, that's it. Now push your right knee into the floor, bring a little bit more weight towards the right knee. And then swing your left leg away. Oh, can you feel it in your thighs, in your groins, in your hips? Now move your hips from side to side. Round your spine a little bit. Relax your elbows. Don't overstretch your elbows. Keep your knees underneath your hips. And now move your hips all the way to the left. And then push your hips over the heels towards the right and lean forward. So you're drawing a circle from left to the right. Once more. All the way to the left. Sometimes you hear funny sounds from your knee. Don't worry, it's okay if you hear really crazy sounds. And then bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Now lengthen your left leg. Slide your left leg a little bit more towards the right. So your left foot is in the same line as the right foot is. Turn your right foot to the wall behind you. Then lift your left arm. Try to bring yourself in one line. So imagine that you are a sticker, like you know you can glue it to the window or glue it to a wall, and you have yourself completely in one straight line. Your right hand is underneath your shoulder. It's not too far forward, because then you can have the issue of your shoulder. You're going to collapse in your shoulder. So don't collapse. Push your hand down. You can lift your hand a little bit higher, place some books underneath your hand or something else. Push your knee into the mat and push your right hip forward. So the left leg is straight, your left arm goes up, and then you stretch your left arm over the ear, and you stretch everything on the left side. Can you look up for the ceiling? Now make your left leg longer. Push with a little bit more awareness with your right knee instead of with the right hand. Otherwise it can be a little bit too heavy for the hand. And then lift your arm again. Now we're going to move the leg and the arm. So lift your leg, lift your arm, stretch it all the way away from each other, and then lower it down. Inhale, lift your leg, stretch your arm, stretch your leg, and lower it down. 2 more to go. Inhale, lift your leg, lift your arms, stretch them apart. And the final one, there we go. Lift your arm, lift your leg, stretch your arm, move your arm and your leg away from each other. And then you bring your arm up. You can keep your gaze forward. You need to keep your gaze forward, but you can lower your right ear towards the right shoulder if you have any neck issues. If you want to hold your head with your left hand, bring your left hand behind your head, hold your right ear. Now draw some circles with the left leg. We do this for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go the opposite direction for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and the final one. And lower your leg down. Now lift yourself up. Stretch your right arm up. Doesn't matter if you do it like mirrored. Pull on your right arm, push your right knee down, and then pull your right arm towards the long left leg and look to the right. And exhale. Because when you exhale, you have a better inhale. And when you have a better inhale, you have more energy. And inhale, come up. Exhale, hands flat together. Lower your hands in front of the sternum. Push your elbows out sideways. And then turn to the long leg. Exhale, look over the left shoulder, if it's your left shoulder, if this is your left leg. Inhale back to center. Now turn to the right. Feel how far you can turn to the right. And inhale back to center. Now again, lift your arms sideways. Bring your hands behind your head. And feel how far you can go to the right and up. Now try to push your head back into your hands. So don't lean forward, just lean backwards and push with your right knee. So it's inhale, go back sideways, and exhale, push yourself up. 4 more. Inhale, go sideways, and exhale, push yourself up. Inhale, go sideways, and exhale, push yourself up. Don't go so deep if you have a hard time here, eh? Then make the movement a little bit smaller. If you feel like you can go all the way, then go all the way. And we do one more, bonus. One more, hold. Now hold here. Look up towards the left elbow. Can you see it? Can you breathe? Can you take another deeper inhale? And now exhale, come up. Yes, that's it. Now hands, lower your hands towards the hips. Place your hands on your hips and step your left foot forward. So left foot goes forward. You can see it in a mirror beside me. You need to have some distance between the foot and the knee. And the distance is quite big because you want to have your left knee above the left ankle. Tuck under the toes of the right foot. Lean on your left leg and lift your right knee just a little bit above the floor. Now push your right foot away and lift your arms up. Now cactus the arms again. Now I can see you. Yes, that's it. Beautiful. Reach the arms back. Lift your rib cage and then move your arms up and forward. Now push your right heel firmer back. So lengthen your right leg and cactus the arms again. So slow movement. I told you the movement, if it's slower, it's harder. So lift your arms, reach up, lengthen. Push your arms sideways and down. Place your hands on your hips. Now strengthen your right leg and push yourself up and step your right foot forward and do a little dance because the dancing helps you to release some of the tension. And of course, sigh it out. Okay, enough of the playing around. Separate your feet nice and wide. Hands on your hips. Don't go forward with your knees. Please, if you love your knees, if you don't want to have a pair of new knees, push your knees sideways, backwards. Push them back. And keep your toes also sideways. Push your hips back, and then we go lower and up. Lower it down and push yourself up. Beautiful. There we go. Again for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stay low. Short pulsations. Like you tease your legs, go deep. And even if you think, oh, I'm not able to go deeper, you still go a little bit deeper. Go deeper, go deeper, go deeper, go deeper, go deeper. Now place your hands on the floor. Push with your elbows on the inside of your legs and push your legs against your elbows. Now look forward because it's easier than looking up because now the neck is in an uncomfortable position. So if you look forward down to the floor, it's easier for your neck. How low can you go with the hips? Are your feet still flat on the floor? Can you feel the stretch on the inside of your thighs? Take another deeper inhale. Now try to lift your hips a little bit higher. And then place your hands on your thighs again. Now lift your rib cage and come up, but keep your knees bent. Keep your hips nice and low. Only one time with the left shoulder down. Turn your left shoulder down, turn your right shoulder up. Look over the shoulder backwards. Exhale slowly. And inhale, lift yourself up. Only one more with the right shoulder down. Look over the shoulder. Lengthen your spine. Push your head forward. Push your tailbone back. So the bum is going to be all the way behind you. And your head is going forward. So you create more spine space in your spine between all these little bones you have there. Inhale back to the center. Lift your shoulders, move your shoulders away from the ears. Okay, keep your knees kind of bent. You can stretch your legs, but then unlock your knees. So if you want to feel it more in your legs, bend your legs even deeper. Lift your arms up sideways and lower your arms down sideways. Behind your legs. Inhale up and exhale behind your legs. 2 more. Inhale up and exhale down. And the final one, inhale up. Now again, open your arms, shoulder height. Push the palms of your hands away. Now turn your fingers forward. So you're not moving your arm so much. You move your arm actually, the whole entire arm, because you move your fingers forward and then you move your fingers backwards. So the arm is rolling inside your shoulder socket. 3 more. 2 more. And this is the final one. Keep your fingertips pointing forward. Now look at your right hand or left hand and then bring yourself back. Look at the opposite hand and bring your gaze back. Now move your arms up and down, but not too far down. I say down because you bring your arms down, but not too far up. It's more up. Go for up. Yes, that's it. Up. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep them high. And now short pulsation here. La 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 la. Oh no, I won't sing. Short movement. Come up, come up, come up now. For 4, 3, 2, 1. And lower your arms. Bring your hands towards your chest. Now bend your knees even more and push your arms backwards. Thumbs are pointing down. So I can see your palms of your hands when your hands are in front of your chest. And now I cannot. So here and there, push. And in and exhale, push. 4 more. 4, 3, 2. How are your shoulders doing? And 1. Now keep your arms here floating in space. And now short pulsations. You're nearly there. So hold your arms high. I feel nice and warm already. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. And lower your arms. Move your shoulders up and down. Turn your toes forward. And there we go. Rolling down. Vertebra by vertebra. So all these muscles in your back, you roll them down and you drop your head. So shake no, shake yes. Feel how your legs are doing. Bend your knees. And then swing your hips from side to side. So you keep your hands where they are. Bend your knees to touch your floor. And bring your weight from one foot to the other foot. So try to stretch one leg and then alternate the movement towards the other side. Feel how you can move your hips from side to side. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And now you swing your arms. And then you swing your arms again towards the short end of your mat. I turn the other way so I can show you how to move with your right leg later on. Exhale, forward fold. Now, feet hip distance apart again. Push with your toes. You will feel more secure when you have your toes pinned down. Like imagine that you could pin pins into your mat. Now, interlace the fingers behind your back. Squeeze the palms of your hands together. Rock your head slowly, not too fast. Really shake your head. And then try to bend your elbows a little bit more, which is easier when you squeeze. Keep your elbows bent. Now squeeze your shoulder blades a little closer to each other, creating space in the front of your chest. And then try to lengthen your arms. How far can you stretch your arms? And can you feel that you can push your legs back with your upper body? So you can lean with your upper body on your thighs. And when you're going to stretch your arms, you can push your legs all the way back. Sometimes you can feel trembling sensations occurring, which is beautiful, which is fine. Embrace those senses. Take another deeper inhale and exhale. Lower your hands to the floor. Now place your hands somewhere on the floor and walk your feet slowly away from the hands. Come in plank, high plank. We stay here. If you don't feel like standing on your hands, then lower your elbows to the floor, but keep your legs nice and strong. Don't push your hips up. Don't lower your hips down, but try to push your heels away and firm your butt muscles. So the gluteus, maximus, medius, and minor, squeeze them together, but also engage all these muscles around your thighs. Feel that your legs are really working. It's not only the upper body, but it's also the legs that are working. Take another deeper inhale, and exhale, slowly lower your knees to the floor. Now lift your rib cage, look forward. Exhale, push yourself, lower yourself almost to the floor, not all the way, because you want to push yourself back up. So it's lower yourself down, inhale, and exhale, push yourself up. 2 more. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. And the final one, all the way down to the floor. So yes, sigh it out. And then you lengthen yourself. Okay, place your hands underneath your forehead. Make sure that you have your elbows on the edges of the mat. Bring your hands so far forward that you support your head, but you don't feel like you're pushing this part of your back up. You want to lower your chest to the floor. So try to flatten your upper body as much as you can against the floor. And then try to pull your navel in and up. So you won't be able to see it, but you can feel it for yourself. Imagine that you have like a really tiny raspberry underneath your navel, and you want to keep it nice and round. You don't want to flatten it out. So pull your navel in and feel that you're pushing a little bit harder with your hips against the mat. So push your hips down, pull your navel in and up, away from the floor, and then lift one leg at a time. The leg that you're lifting up, you make it nice and long, and you want to keep your hips as stable as possible. So don't move with your hips. Lengthen your leg. It's like, imagine that somebody lifts your leg off the floor and pulls it a little longer. The opposite leg, which stays on the floor, you can use it and push it a little bit more down. The more you push it down, the easier it will be to lift the other leg a little higher. So pull your navel in. And you can use a strawberry underneath your navel, but most of the time they're a little bit bigger than the raspberries. So you lift your leg, and you want to keep your navel off the mat. Keep your shoulders nice and wide, away from the ears. Lengthen your neck. Push the crown of your head forward. And feel how you can lift your right leg off the floor. Now keep your right leg off the floor. Push your left foot down. Can you feel that your left knee is on the floor? Then you're not pushing with your left foot. So you can tuck your toes under, or you keep your foot flat on the floor, but don't lower your knee to the floor. Both of your knees are off the mat. Now bend your right leg and stretch your right leg. Bend it and stretch it. 6 times. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now hold your right leg, bend it. Flex the right foot and push your right foot up and down for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold your right leg up in the air and pulsation movement, so shorter movement. Pulsate the leg up and up and up and up for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now stretch your right leg again, but don't lower it all the way down to the floor. Draw a circle with the right entire leg. Not with the foot, but with the entire leg. Slow motion. Opposite direction for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now lower your right leg. Bend your right leg again. And lift your head, lift your shoulders, and reach with the right arm towards the right foot. Now try to bring your right foot closer to your right buttocks. But don't lift your hips. Stay with your hips on the floor. Push your hips down. If you have a hard time grabbing the foot, then bring your right knee a little bit more sideways, grab the foot. And if you have the foot, then you try to slide your right knee back to center. Pushing your hip bones down. Trying to turn your right shoulder away from the floor. So look to the right. And if you look to the right, you have more space on the right side of your chest. Try to push your foot away into the hand. So instead of pulling your foot closer, push your foot away in the hand. Against the hand. Push against the hand. So you feel more strength. Take another deeper inhale. And exhale slowly, release. We continue with the same exercise, but we do it with the left leg. So place both of your hands again underneath your forehead. Shake your hips from side to side. And the benefit of shaking the hips is that you release a little bit more of the tension. So can you feel your elbows on the floor? Can you feel that you have your full head, not your chin, but your full head on your hands? Nose is pointing down. Push your right foot firmly down. You can tuck your toes under, or you push the tip of the foot down. And then lift your left leg. Push your hips down into the mat. Pull your navel in, away from the floor. And then lengthen your left leg. Feel how long you can make it. Can you push it a little bit higher? And then you're going to bend the left leg and stretch the left leg. So bend it and stretch it. Pull your heel towards your buttocks. The left heel. Can it come closer? Can you squeeze your calf muscle against your thigh, the back of your thigh? For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now keep your knee bent in an angle approximately like 90 degrees. Your foot is flexed, so the sole of the foot is pointing up towards the ceiling. Then you're going to push with your right leg to keep your hips nice and still, and then push your left heel up towards the ceiling. So it goes up and down, up and down, up and down. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pulsation, short movement. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stretch your left leg, sorry. Make it nice and long. Push your right foot down into the mat so you have your kneecaps off the floor and draw those circles for 4, 3, 2, 1. Opposite circle direction. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And lower your left leg. Now shake the booty first. It's nice to release the tension. Then turn your head towards the left. Move your left foot towards the left buttocks. Grab the left foot with your left hand. Turn your face also a little bit more to the left. It helps you to open your chest a little bit more. And then try to find your hip bones on the floor. So look to the left, lower your full head back on your right hand, and pull your foot closer to your buttocks. If it's easy to pull it towards the buttocks, if it's almost in your buttocks, then push your foot away. And eventually everybody pushes the foot away into the hand because you're going to strengthen a little bit more. And by strengthening it, you create also more space. Feel how strong you can go. You pull your shoulder now, your left shoulder is pulling down towards the right buttocks. Feel the diagonal line on your back, which helps you also to improve your posture. To sit up with a straight back, to walk with a straight back. Take another deeper inhale. Now hold your left foot, but release the tension a little bit. So it's not, you're not pulling nor you're neither pushing. Then bend your right leg as well. And you won't be surprised that you have to grab the right foot with your right hand. So if you have both of your feet, and your knees can be wide, but you're trying to bring your knees closer and closer, you hold your tops of your foot. You can hold your ankles if you want to, and you can push your legs a little bit away in the hands. So that's when you lift your chest a little off the floor. If you're going to push with your legs inside your arms, you can also lift your legs a little bit off the floor. Now try to push your chest forward and keep your neck nice and long. So you can shake no, you can shake yes, you can smile, and if you want to rock, you rock. Sunday morning rocking, like a rocking chair. For 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. And then release your legs and let them go. And place your hands underneath your forehead and sigh it out. So exhale through your mouth, nice and loud. Ha. And then place your hands next to your rib cage. Push yourself on hands and knees. And place your hands underneath your shoulders. Round your spine, slowly, 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 really nice and slow. Feel how your back is reacting to this. Can you tuck your tailbone under so your tailbone is pointing down in between your knees? And now can you lift your tailbone and the crown of your head up towards the ceiling and push your chest forwards in between your arms. Exhale, round your spine, push the back of your heart up towards the ceiling, round your spine, exhale through your mouth. Pull your navel in. Inhale, lengthen your belly, lengthen your chest, lengthen your breath. And exhale, round your spine and stay with a rounded spine and shake your hips from side to side. Feel how you can shake it. And then bring your back in a neutral stand. So like try to lift your head a little bit. Don't drop the head. Make your arms and back active. Don't overstretch your elbows. And stretch your right leg. Now move your right foot over the floor behind your left foot. So this is in one line. Your right foot is in line with the left foot. And your left hand is in line with the left knee. Not in the right, yeah, also with the right knee now. And then turn your left foot all the way back. And then you're going to lift your right arm. So you're again here, sideways. It's like you're stuck with the wall in front of you. So keep your shoulders in one line, keep your hips in one line, keep your feet in the line, but only your left foot is pointing backwards. And your right arm is going to be up. You stretch your right arm and you stretch your right arm all the way over your head. First, keep your right foot on the floor. Feel the length. Sometimes you feel a little bit more here because you have your foot on the floor and you can stretch your foot away. And then you're going to lift your leg and your arm, stretch it up. And now stretch it sideways and over. So it's a little bit different. Inhale, lift, feel the power, and exhale, stretch. Inhale, lift, and exhale, stretch. But push this side of the ribcage up. Inhale, lift. And exhale. Inhale, lift. Keep your arm up, keep your leg up, and draw the circles. You can drop your left ear towards the left shoulder, trying to keep your upper body still for 4, 3, 2, 1, and opposite direction. For 4, 3, 2, 1, and 2 more to go. 2 and 1, and keep your leg up. Now stretch your arm. I forgot what we did. Did we lower the leg already? I think so. Hold your leg for 4, 3, 2, and lower your leg. And then pull yourself up on your right arm and stretch your left arm. Yes, left arm goes up. So you have yourself, your shoulders and your hips. They are nice in one plane line. So keep your hands up. Grab your right, this is your left hand that it's pulling, you're pulling your left arm up. Sorry, I'm confusing you and myself. And then you pull your left arm over to the right. Look to the left. So you're pulling yourself towards the long leg. Exhale. It's soft enough for your knee. Then inhale, come up. Hands flat together. Lower the hands in front of the heart. Keep your elbows nice and wide. And turn towards the long leg. Can you see it? Can you look over your shoulder? Can you pull your navel in? Exhale a little bit further. Inhale back to center. And turn in the opposite direction. It's a little harder to turn to this side. Keep your elbows nice and wide. Push your palms together. So there's power in the arms. And inhale back to center. Inhale, lift your arms. And now, interlace the fingers behind your head. Yes, there you go again. It's so good for your obliques. And your obliques are the diagonal lines in your belly, and they make your back more supported. And also, it shows a little bit more waistline. So you're not wasting time. You're creating a waistline. Push your hip forward by pushing your knee down into the floor. Try to lean while you exhale, and inhale, you come up. You can go down on an exhale, but you can also go down on an inhale. What you need to do, feel how you can go sideways and up. Try to keep your elbows nice and wide. Try to look forward. So go down and up. So your legs aren't moving, you're only moving your upper body to the side. 4 more and go up. 3 more and go up. And 2 more and go up. And now the final one. Try to stay there where you can go. Now keep your elbows nice and wide and look to the elbow which is on top. Look up, look up, look up. Feel the stretch here also on the outside of your hip. Can you feel your obliques? How's your breath doing? Can you lengthen your exhale? Can you elongate your inhale? And exhale, come back up. Yes, lift your arms. Exhale, lower your hands towards your hips. Now step your foot forward. The right foot goes forward again. So here again, make sure that you have the distance between the foot and the knee quite good, because you want to keep your right knee above the right ankle and you don't want to lean too much forward. So here I am compressing my knee. So stay here. You need to work with the right foot, but you also need to work with the left leg. If you bring your stand too narrow, you can see it now, my foot is more in line with the left knee, then I'm like, I have a hard time finding my balance. So step your feet hip distance apart. Hands on your hips, tuck under the toes of the left foot, and try to stretch your left leg away. So pull your knee off the floor and then stretch your left leg. There you go. Now smile on your lips, because you look so much nicer with the smile on your lips, and your breath is doing so much better. So keep your left leg strong and engaged. Move your arms forwards, up, and then cactus the arms around. So you pull your elbows sideways and down, and then you pull your elbows behind your back. Inhale, lift your arms, reaching up. Can you lower yourself a little bit more down? Sink down into the right hip and pull these elbows together. So get closer to the floor. Inhale, lift, and exhale, pull. And this is the final one. The final one, inhale up, and exhale. While you pull your arms down, you stretch your left leg, your right leg, and you step forward, and then you do a dance. And I look at my watch. I don't know what the time is, but we go on. We continue on because we didn't use the ball yet. So now you make your way toward whatever you want to squeeze and grab it with your hands. Sit down on your mat, place your hips on the floor, and grab the ball in between your knees. Finally, mat workout. Okay, hands hold the knees. If you find it hard for your wrist, the standing on the floor with your hands like this, then you probably use too much of the back of your hand. By holding your knees, you compensate the movement, so it's nicer for your wrists already. Hang on your legs. Look at your belly. Can you pull your belly more in? Lower your shoulders. Squeeze whatever you hold between your knees. And even if you don't hold anything, because you can do it also without anything, imagine that you're squeezing something. And don't hold your breath. So feel how your breath is doing. Can you lift your toes? Can you lift your heels? Can you lift your shins? Now grab the back of your left thighs, your increases of the knees, and lift your shins a little bit higher so your shins are nice and parallel with the floor. Take a good inhale and exhale, roll towards your back. Yes, that's it. Now hold the ball with your knees, open your arms, keep them nice and wide. Keep your lower back firmly on the floor. Don't arch your spine. So don't feel like you're coming off with the center of your spine. You want to keep your spine into the mat. And then you're going to draw circles with your knees on the ceiling. At the same time, you're drawing circles on the floor with your back. So push your back into the mat. You can keep your head on the floor and you draw those circles with your knees. And don't go too fast. If you go too fast, you have to do it for an hour. But if you do it slowly, then you know what you do. You feel how you can contract all these muscles. And it's a fine and very good exercise for all your muscles in your belly. Because when your legs are coming towards your chest, it's the transversus abdominis. And these are the most important muscles from your belly. They are hidden away behind all these other muscles. Then you have your obliques, and you use your obliques when your legs go sideways. And then you have your rectus abdominis, you know, these muscles which you can see easier when you are very slim. Then those muscles get stronger when you move your legs away. But when you move your legs away, be careful not to arch your spine. So keep it flat back. Opposite direction. Oh, there we go. We do it only for 6. 6, 5, 4, exhale through your mouth. 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Now, remove the ball, step your right foot on the floor and stretch your left leg. Stretch and bend your left leg. This is a very, very nice exercise which we're going to do for your hip socket. It's not a very intense exercise. You can relax a little bit, but it's very good for bringing your joints a little bit more lubricated. You can push the ball inside the increase of your knee. If you don't have a ball, you can push socks or a pillow in between the increase of your knee, and then you bend your knee. So you hold whatever you want to hold, in between your calf muscle and your thigh. Your foot needs to be flexed, so keep your foot flexed because then your shin muscle is more active and it stretches your calf muscle a little bit more. Lower your head to the floor. Keep in mind that you want to keep your hips nice and evenly on the floor, so don't lean to your left leg, try to lean on your right and left hip. Push your right foot in the floor, but move your right knee a little bit more to the right, so you have a little bit more space for the next thing, because you're going to draw circles with your left leg very slowly, because you want to keep your hips nice and still. Pull your navel in towards the spine. If it's like you want to pull your navel almost towards the floor, and you want to keep your hips as solid as possible on the floor. So imagine that your hips are a bowl, like a bowl of soup, and your leg is the spoon and you're drawing circles in the soup. So feel how you can turn your leg inside your hip socket. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Do not correct yourself too much with your arms. Opposite direction. Same leg, opposite direction. Feel how you can draw those circles. If you hear funny sounds from your hip socket, make the circles, make the movement smaller. You don't want to hear a thing. It's like just like really easy. It's like a creamy soup. So feel how you can steer it around. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now hold the bowl or whatever you're holding, squeeze the knee closer to your chest and lift your head and shoulders off the floor. Interlace the fingers behind your neck. Then move your hands up towards the head. Don't pull on your head, but lower your head into your hands. Keep your elbows nice and wide, but not too wide. You want to see your elbows when you move your eyes. So don't move your head, just move your eyes and you can see your elbows. Pull your right leg towards you. Flex also your right foot and stretch your right leg. Keep your left knee close to your chest as possible and lower your right leg and then lift your right leg. But don't lower it all the way to the floor. Lower it as so far to the floor when you can feel you can keep your flat back on the floor. So lower it down and lift it up. Lower it down and lift it up. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now bring your right leg up, keep it there, and bring your right elbow towards the inside of your left knee. So you're going to twist and turn. We're going to do it for 6 and 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now bring your right foot back on the floor. Remove whatever you are holding in between your increase and then lower your head. Place your left foot on the floor. You might feel a big difference between the legs, and then slide your legs over and out. Close your eyes so you can feel, how are your legs doing? How is your belly doing? How is your back doing? It feels a little bit crooked, like one leg is longer or one leg is a little bit more heavier on the floor. It sinks a little bit deeper into your mat. Then roll your head from side to side. And then bring the ball into your hands. Now, hold the ball, bring your knees closer to your chest, bring your knees closer, and push the ball against your knees. If you have a hard time lifting your head off the floor, then I recommend you to use the ball underneath your head. Then you push your hands against the knees. Otherwise, keep your head off the floor, keep your knees against the ball. Now move the ball towards the left knee and stretch your right leg away and pull it back in. Move the ball to your right leg and stretch your left leg away. You want to push the ball, but you want to also push the knee against the ball. So feel the resistance. Push it away. Yes, that's it. Push it away and inhale back. Then move the opposite leg. So you alternate the movement. You change from one leg to the opposite leg. Try to keep your upper body nice and still. Push your lower back more against the floor for 4, 3, 2, and the final one. Come back to center, lower your head and sigh it out. Place your left foot on the floor and stretch your right leg up and bend and stretch your right leg. How is your knee doing? How is your left foot doing? Stretch your right leg. grab the ball, grab the pillow, push it inside the increase of your knee, and then bend your right leg, squeeze it, squeeze your calf muscle against whatever you're holding, flex your right foot. Your toes need to be pointed up because it keeps your knee nice in this position, and it's very good and active in your shin muscle. And if the shin muscle gets stronger, you will benefit from it. You can sit easier on your hunches. Place your left foot on the floor, but drop your left knee a little bit to the left. But you have to keep your left foot on the floor, flat on the floor. Place your hands on your hips so you can feel it. You can pull your lower back against the mat and then draw slowly those circles with your right leg. If you feel everything goes fine, then you can make the movement bigger, but start with small circles first. It lubricates your hip socket, which is very good for your joints. So if you want to keep your hips as they are, or if you want to improve your hip mobility, then this exercise is very, very good. It's also nice because you're also training a little bit your belly muscles if you can keep your hips nice and still. So again, that's why we need to imagine that your hips are a bowl of soup and that you're stirring with your spoon in the bowl of the soup. For 4, and 3, 2, and 1. And then change this circle. So in the opposite direction. Try to keep your left leg still, because if your left leg is moving, it means that your hips are moving. So trying to keep it still. Pushing your left foot down into the floor helps, but also it will help you to contract a little bit more of your abdominal muscles. For 4, and 3, and 2, and this is the final one, and pull your leg as close to your chest as possible. Can you feel the pressure here? Can you feel your squeezing? Then you lift your head and shoulders, then you interlace the fingers behind your neck. You move your hands up there where your neck and head meet. Then don't narrow your elbows, don't widen your elbows, but keep them nice. So your hands are supporting your head. Then pull your left leg towards you. Stretch your left leg, flex your left foot so the entire leg is active. Pull your navel down and push your left leg away. Lower it down, but without any movement in your lower back. So if you feel your lower back is arching, it's coming off the floor, then don't lower your leg so far. So then you stop there and then you go back. So you make the movement, you adjust the movement. It's for you. You have to adjust it for yourself. So feel how strong you are, or where is your weakest point. And if you know where your weakness is, don't make it weaker, but make it stronger. So adjust the movement. 4, and 3, and 2. We're almost there. And the final one. And then you can see for yourself where you want to hold your left leg. It can be somewhere up. It can be a little bit more down. And then you turn with your left elbow towards the inside of your right knee. Trying to keep your hips nice and still. So turn only your upper body. And exhale where you turn. For 6, and 5, and 4, and 3, and 2, and the final one. And then you come back and then you bend your left knee and then you place your head on the floor and you place your left foot on the floor. And then you remove the ball from the increase of your knee. Then you place your right foot on the floor. Close your eyes. Slide your legs one by one out over the floor. Feel how your obliques are doing, how your hips are doing, how your groins are doing, the inside of your thighs, your upper thighs, there where your thighs and your hips meet. These are the groins. And feel how crooked you are. Maybe one side is a little bit longer, more relaxed also. Now interlace the fingers above your face, open your eyes, squeeze the palms of your hands together and draw some circles with your wrists. That's a tongue breaker. For me it is. Wrists. And then open your hands again, interlace the fingers again, but this time the opposite finger on top. So if you have your index fingers and you look when you interlace your fingers, most of the time for me, my left index finger is on top. So if you change, then you need to change, then your right finger ought to be on top. Then again, move your hands, your wrists. This is very good because it makes you more aware of your hands, your fingers. Also, it makes new connections with your neurotransmitters in your brain, so you get smarter as well. And then open the palms of your hands, stretch your legs, and stretch your arms all the way back. Lengthen yourself as much as you can. Now push your heels down, push your shoulders down, and try to lift your hips off the floor. So move your hips up, 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 but don't bend your knees. This is also the back bending. What we do most of the time in the beginning of the class, we do a back bend, and then you also want to keep your legs nice and strong and active. So this is a back bend because your hips are higher than your shoulders. Your shoulders are leaning back. Can you push with your feet? Can you turn your toes up? You can turn your toes also sideways. It's easier because then you squeeze your buttocks muscles to closer and closer. That it helps to lift your hips higher. And if you feel like you can lift one of your legs, then do so. Lift one of your legs. But don't lower your hips. Keep your bottom off the floor. Then lower the opposite leg and lift the other leg. Yes, hallelujah. Take another deeper inhale and then lower your foot. Keep your hips up and now twist and turn with your hips. So twist and turn, hips up and down, up and down. So you can roll over your feet as well a little bit. For 4, 3, 2, 1, and let your lower back and your hips go back to the floor. Lift your arms up again. Then move your arms sideways, place your feet behind your buttocks. Move your hips closer to your feet. Then wrap your left leg around the right leg. And your thighs need to be together. For men, it's not so important because their hips are steady, but women, we need to protect our hips, the bones of the hips, and that we do by squeezing the thighs together, and then it helps to get a stronger pelvic floor. Also men, it helps to get a stronger pelvic floor because it protects your lower back as well. So open your hands, push your right foot into the mat, move your hips to the left, look to the left, and turn your knees to the right. How far can your knees go to the right? Exhale. Inhale, lift your legs up and remove your feet. Separate your legs, move your hips back to center, roll back with your head, then place your left foot on the floor, swing your right leg around the left leg, squeeze the thighs together, move your hips to the right, look to the right, and then turn your hips to the left. Squeeze your thighs together. Can you keep your shoulders nice and wide on the floor, especially your right shoulder? If you look to the right, it makes it a little bit easier to keep your right shoulder on the floor. But also you can push with your left shoulder, which helps you to keep your right shoulder on the floor. Squeeze your legs together. Take another deeper inhale. And exhale, push your legs back up. Then separate your feet. Move your hips back to center. Slide your legs away. Open the palms of your hands towards the ceiling. Place your elbows somewhere beside you on the floor and just observe the imprint of your body, how you are connected with the earth. Can you feel your heels? Can you relax your toes, your feet? Can you relax your ankles, your lower legs, your shins, your calf muscles, your knees? Can you feel your thighs? Can you feel your buttocks on the floor? Relax the muscles around the hips, in the hips. And focus on your breath. Count the length of your inhale inside your head and count the length of your exhale. And try to surrender a little bit more when you're exhaling. It calms your mind, it calms your body. It brings a little bit more clarity. Can you feel the curve of your back? Can you feel the imprint of your shoulders? Can you relax your shoulders? Move your arms a little bit more sideways, but keep your palms open if you have a hard time relaxing your shoulders. When you are relaxing your shoulders, you're also improving your posture. It's easier to walk up straight, to sit up straight, when you have your shoulders on your back. So allow your shoulders to connect with the floor. More space for your heart center, more space for your lungs. Can you feel your lung capacity? Can you fill your lungs with fresh air? And slowly sigh it out. Can you feel your upper arms? your elbows, your lower arms and your hands. Can you connect with your fingers? Which of the fingers are connected? And between some of the fingers there is space. Can you feel it? Now bring your awareness back up towards the arms, all the way up towards the shoulders. And in between your shoulder blades, there is a little bit space. Here is where your neck begins. Feel the length of your neck. Feel the imprint of your head, the back of your head. Relax your jaws. Relax your lips, your cheeks, your nose, your eyes. Relax the skin of your full head. Relax the skin of your face. The skin of your head, the skin of your body is relaxed. And most of your muscles are relaxed. Feel how you're floating on the rhythm of your breath. Take a slow, deeper inhale. And sigh it slowly out when you exhale. Take another deeper inhale. Hold this inhalation. Inhale a little bit more. And exhale through your mouth. At the end of the exhalation, you hold your breath. Try to exhale a little bit more. Feel that you're squeezing out all the air so your belly is sinking. Take another deeper inhale with a smile on your lips. Hold this inhalation. Inhale a little bit more with a smile on your lips. And then you exhale. And now feel how your own breath is coming back to you. And you start wiggling with your toes, your fingers. Your hands start moving, your legs start moving, your feet. You can draw some circles with your ankles, with your knees. You can move a little bit with your hips. You can move with your shoulders and your head. And then it's better and wiser to roll to your side first and roll up for sit. So first roll to your side to protect your lower back. Then make yourself nice and small. Take a good deep inhale. And exhale, push yourself slowly back up. And then you're going to sit on your haunches. And on your haunches is like this. So you separate your feet hip distance apart. And you bring your buttocks close to your heels. Your heels don't need to be on the floor. But if you can lower your heels to the floor, feel free to do so. There's some space between your knees. And the space for your knees, in between your knees, is for your head. So bring your head in between your knees. Close your eyes. Feel your hands on the floor. And dare to push a little bit harder with your hands. So lean a little bit more forwards to your hands, but resist with your hands. You don't have to make somersaults. Then push with your hands, open your eyes, and push your hips all the way up towards the ceiling. Stand on your toes. Now lower your heels to the floor. Bend your knees, keep your knees bent, and then pull your hands along the shins towards your knees. Over your thighs, knees are still bent. Roll your spine up, bone by bone. You bring them on top of each other, and then you roll your shoulders back, and now you stretch your legs. Push your feet down, lift your arms sideways and up. Take a lot of positive vibes in. Exhale, push everything away, what you don't need any longer. Inhale, lift your arms, lift your smile. Hands together and lower the hands in front of your heart. Thank yourself for your effort. I thank you that you tuned in again. And stay happy, healthy, and love to see you next week. Namaste, and see you next time. Bye-bye. Auf Wiedersehen.